welcome back to Total Warhammer 3 in part 8 of our Mother Ostankya Realm of Souls campaign. In today's episode, the Saber Skin at Chungus Tide has finally arrived. They're tired of all the Ooga Boogas and Hexes flying on out of the spooky, scary Dulganir Forest. So Groth has brought his Girth Tide on up. Looks like a whole heap of just normal Ogre Bulls, which they've been given the Bloody and Raw. I believe this is a build trait, some of the army abilities they can do. So it's going to give them 8 or 10 additional melee attack, which will allow their ogres to actually land some pretty devastating blows with that 56 charge bonus. We really need to negate that as much as we can. So let's go ahead and give the Gate of Thorns to the strongest of the ogre bulls here. We're going to be using a fair few of our hexes. So let's go for an Agony Succession on the ogre bulls with the Iron Fists, as well as the normal lads there. Then I'm going to go for one use of Typhlosis. Let's go for the leadership drop. -8 leadership to ogres is pretty devastating. Lastly, we already have Entropus down on the spellcaster. That's perfect. His blocks of doom are going to be pretty devastating on our unarmored Kossars. We're going to want to make sure we are negating that where we can. Hushed cast, dropping the missile resistance is pretty solid. 10%. But I don't think that actually applies a weakness. So if they don't have any resistance, this isn't actually useful. But I'm not sure on that. We have to do some more testing. I think we've got as many buffs passed out as I would like to. I'm kind of tempted to go for the Spectre's Miasma and set these Horse Archers up to explode on death there. But let's actually pass that out to a team of the most elite Kossars. We're going to turn them into Cursed Thrall, and I think they're going to have a good time. Alright, Dulganir Forest is a minor settlement battle, so we're going to do what we can to hold them back. Unfortunately, even our things in the woods here are actually not going to be getting all of their bonuses, because they actually have a 16 bonus via infantry that they're not going to be taking advantage of, unless we're getting them in against the Nobblar Trappers, which we'll do our best. Let's take down some ogres. Alright. We are in the ruined Chaos Settlement still here. So Groth and Slaughtermaster's all the way over there. They have deployed in almost 4 different positions. Oh, it is going to be very hard to hold the ogres back. I think we may just end up taking the same position we did to hold back the Nurglites. We're going to go ahead and set up the Explodey Boys up front here. I want as many of them to actually survive as we can. They've got spears, and we can have them hold the line. If we set them up with the platform blocker, if it explodes, they probably take a fair bit of damage. Extra melee defense and leadership sounds great. We can build the expensive towers when the battle gets going. I think all we're going to want is the cannon towers for the ogres, so we won't want the magical tower here. We just want the piercing tower, which actually has like a lightning bolt effect. So the Kossar spears that we throw out in other positions, we'll just put them in here and here. Hold back the ogres. We'll get all of the rest of the Kossars set up behind you guys for now. Probably not that much in a square formation, but pretty aggressively. A lot of the ammunition is going to be wasted on this tower here. There's a lot of bad instructions for the defenders that are kind of, I guarantee they're meant to defend, or protect the defenders, but they do the exact opposite. Our armored Kossars, you count as our lords. We really want to keep you safe.
Sons of Kislev!
Probably have the Kossars come in
We fight for Ursun!
once the battles really heated up. Or if you can hear a kind of disjointed bass beat in the background, there's a car that's sitting a little ways away. It's very loud, but I think it's not quite picking up in the mic, so it might just every now and again a pulse of bass. It's not too disruptive if you are hearing it. It's definitely throwing off my groove here. Let's grab the Horse Archers. These guys are going to be great. I want to keep them well away. Where are the hounds at? Kitty Cats of Doom are over here, so we'll go ahead and I think we just set these guys up outside the wall to be a nuisance. As long as I can keep an eye on them. And then the capture cat. I'm gonna have them hunting for ogres when their backs are turned. I've given them the unburdened step, which will make them faster, give them Strider, and then devastating flanker as well. But we'll want to make sure we're getting lots of flanks in, pulling away, and letting that reset. We are good to go. Let's set up the other monument just so we're not having to worry about building them. Into this monument with your lives. Lovely, that'll let me set these guys up a little bit further as well. Although we can get as many of the ogres in this position as possible, that'd be great.
Gossars! We fight for Ursul!
Alright, we'll start this one with Gossars. We'll have you guys on a unit,
Sons of Kislev!
cavalry, and the capture cat, whom we are naming Nikolai.
Corsachas!
Onward, Nikolai, to victory.
Corsachas!
Oh, the Noblars, that's gonna be a problem. We're definitely gonna let the horse archers deal with the Noblars.
To battle!
Actually got a fair bit of damage they can bring to bear against them. Things in the woods outside the walls, if you will. We'll turn these Kossars around just for now. Looks like he is dropping down the Power Stone. A good idea. Here comes an absolute ton of ogres.
Corsachas!
Away from the trappers just a bit there. Well, they don't like the idea of being flanked by things in the woods. You know, I can't blame them. Alright, you two crash in. Things in the woods come on around. You should be well faster than those ogre bulls.
Land is power!
Capture Cat and the Cosfight Dervishes on their way to annihilate some trappers. We'll run faster. Here come the ogres. Oh, looks like one of them got caught, so turn and engage. We'll set the Capture Cat in as well. Annihilated that first group pretty well. Let's pull you away so you don't take all that free damage from the trappers. I don't believe that damage actually stops applying ever. The ogres have taken a fair bit of damage on their way over, which is awesome to see. That one's gonna go down pretty quickly. How many towers do we have here? Yeah, you go for the tier 2 arrow. Let's grab 1, 2 tier 1s. We'll go for as quantity over quality. You guys stop firing for now. It'd be a waste to blast those Kossars that ran on in. We're at the Noblars there. Rush. So many ogres. We've eliminated the first few groups pretty well there, but it is not nearly over. All right, here come the bulls. Let's go ahead and set up.
Taking position.
He's already on fire at will. Let's bring the armored Kossars around to help. Go ahead and have you guys rotate. Time to reset up. Have them rotate a little bit there. Oh, did we lose the unit? Like so. Dive on in and bring the horse archers around. Although we can have them just kind of charge down these Noblars. They're just going to retreat again. Capture Cat to things in the woods. Let's go after the Saber Tusk pack. We'll come around from there. Here comes a metric ton of ogres. Prepare yourselves, lads. Start blanketing them in doom. Firing into the backs for the units there, which is the exact opposite of what you tend to want to do.
Comrades of the bear! Taking position! Armored Kossars!
Move the units a bit. We want both units of Kossars to be able to fire at once. Ooh, this is getting dicey. Capture Cat's having some problems. Pull you away. Ooh, that hurts. Forget how much faster you are than the other units. Dervishes come on in.
Kislev!
Those arrows are going to be very useful. We'll bring the other dervishes around to capture points. We'll just have to charge down these trappers here. We're thankfully wasting their ammunition.
Retreat, comrades!
We'll wait on that tower there.
Comrades of the bear!
Very concerning. The explosive boys are hopefully not doing too much friendly fire damage. Can't tell.
Attack, comrades!
Capture cats away. Come on back in. Get with those saber tusks quickly. We'll have these guys back on fire at will since I think they are on the front lines. They should start shooting over their allies there.
Kislev! Kosa!
That's the hope.
Annihilate them!
Everyone, except for you. Arrows on the Slaughtermaster.
Them down!
You guys need to retreat. Oh, are they on skirmish mode? That's why.
Go with
Well, that's gonna get. They're gonna take a lot of damage for free. Skirmish mode being what it is. No one else is in skirmish mode, right? I think only the Kossars have the opportunity to be.
Comrades of the bear!
To see these guys explode when they do. Oh yeah, they're like little teeth explosions.
Sons of Kislev!
Hold the line, lads. We'll have the things in the wood come through. They can kind of charge into the back of the ogres here. Finish them off quite quickly.
Horse raiders!
Force Raiders, great job, but here comes another wave.
Armored Cossars!
These guys back on fire at will. That was why they weren't firing. Those pistols singing. Enemy lords down. Deal with these ogre bulls.
Motherland's finest!
Things the wood. You guys retreat on away. Looks like the ogre's gonna lose the stomach for battle, which is quite unlike them. Awesome stuff. The ogres learn pretty quickly that everyone does indeed have an Achilles. And do as much damage as I can, and I'll catch you all on the campaign map. And those ogres learn, the hard way. Take them on out aggressively. Hopefully there's another army nearby, or at least right behind them, so we can get some more fights.
Work until you die!
Work until you die. Frog is gonna sit here and recruit more troops. Likely we'll go after one of our weaker settlements. Probably the smartest thing to do. So Kevin, you need to get moving, buddy. Time to fight some ogres.
My seat of power.
You just barely can't reach it, which is unfortunate. Beledna, you come on back down and try to join up with good old Kevin there. And 1,000 in negative, and Olaf is just going to move on in now. You guys are very brave. It's a good idea to focus down sunken sewers. Let's go for Bliberk.
Reduce them to shadow!
Reduce them to shadow. If you want to retreat towards the sunken sewers, that'd be great, but
Kislev!
such was not the way. We'll give him the old boot there.
Kill for Kislev!
Chuck him in the pot. That plague, awesome. My favorite. Armor of silvered steel. What plague do we gain? Ooh, palsy. -4 melee attack. That is fortuitous for Nurgle.
Caliber fools!
We are going to show them, won't we? Oh man, you have seen better days there, brother. You probably explode all sorts of awful things on people when you just come near. You have any kind of spells? Hey, he's just an armor sundering nasty boy. Well, I mean, we could make him terrible at combat, giving him Typhlosis. I honestly don't want to deal with the Plague Toads at all, so I'm going to go ahead and give them Fragmenty. And then from there, I think Typhlosis on the Lord, Acting Lord. Auto-Resolve would likely be very kind to us, but I'm going to fight it myself, as we have not slaughtered enough of Nurgle's followers just yet. To the fray. Alright. Yes, so I think we will attack from Z's position. And using all of these sniping, stalking units is giving me spawned flashbacks to our Oxyotl campaign. I've learned so much since then, and these Akshina, what they have on an advantage over the Chameleon Skinks, besides just the fact that they have the armor-piercing crossbows, is they can hold their own in a fight incredibly well. 43, 45 on the melee attack and defense, and it's armor-piercing weapon strength. So anything that catches them is going to be taking a heap of damage regardless. We're not going to set them up all the way up at the walls just in case they have the flies are able to spot our Akshina. That would be awful. We've also got our stalking Incarnate of Rage here, which for some reason does not have Wall Breaker. I think they should. Siege Attacker they do have, though. I will put you... Well, since you stalk, it really doesn't matter. We'll set the spiders up in the back line. That way, this is where the enemy deploys. And the Bale Wolves. Yeah. Our Feral Bears. It is time. All of our beasties have Vanguard deployed, but I really want to soften the enemy up with the crossbows and try to get them to retreat off of the walls before we move them in. So all of the beasties in on one group there. Crossbows, Ostankya and company. Perfect. Let's get this thing going. Oh, spiders. Run. We deployed all our spiders a little bit funkily. Just come on back. There. We love all our creatures. You start tearing down that gatehouse. Send Ostankya and company over. Juliana. Looks like we're going to make it pretty easily get through this side, so let's send the bears up with 2 of the Bale Wolves. Yeah. Send the bats up this side just in case they want to get froggy with the Laz defending the walls there. Spiders are all moving over quickly. Perfect. The whole army deployed. Really terrified of our spiders. What you should have been scared of was the 2-story Wendigo making his way over. Use his horns to beat down the gates. Oh, that's right.
Mother Ostankya.
These towers are about to activate. You boys need to rotate, so you're no longer visible. Really can't handle too much Nurgle towers. Those things are pretty dangerous. The bats over the top. Oh, tail cannon shots. Yeah, speaking of dangerous. Ouch. Okay, we're through the gates quickly. Everyone in. They will learn, won't they? Our Akshina are all still invisible. Perfect. We did react in time. Move them up just enough so much that they can start blasting their crossbows, but no further. Bears and everyone else are going to maul through. Pull the bats away so they can fight the rot flies. You are bravely going after Mother Ostankya. I would not. In fact, now that you have done so, Grand Mother says die. There are those rot flies down. They have any towers in the back here that we need to deal with? I don't think so. You're gonna keep doing your thing. We'll have you two move forward as well. We'll probably have them deploy to the walls, to be honest. Elemental Incarnate, just kind of waddle your way on into the next capture position. We can send all the bears up 12. We don't want them to pull back just yet. Juliana, you retreat. Drop down the bombardment spell just for disrespect. Big Beastie should have no problem waddling through the Nurglings. Their whole rock slide. Everyone's almost here. Perfect. We'll bring sniper crossbows in. Everyone else can start moving forward. The Forsaken broke very quickly. Fluffy, you got stuck. move through the Nurglings there, Fluffy. We'll drop a Overcast Pros. Can we get all of them? Almost. We'll just get these guys at the very least. We'll go for a Woogle Woogle Bear over here on these. 4 fools. Everyone's taking the walls. Excellent. As you get there, go ahead and set up the crossbow positions. Spiders. Oh, we forgot to bring the big spiders in. What a shame. You guys work on the gatehouse. If you need to, that is. More crows. Let's go for the... We want over this way. Ostankya, let's dive through. Damn. Don't have enough time for more crows. We do have some mushroom soup for all of the hard-working boys. Grandma has some snacks.
Kislev,
Through the line there, Grandma. These poor plague toads. We'll go ahead and overcast, and I want to hit the plague toads too. Awesome. Drop your melee stats. Yuliana, you go ahead and push through. Let's go for the next tower here. Time for the Woogle Woogle Bear. And Woogle 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 Woogle. Let's see if she actually does it in time. Here comes the crow, or the toads. You know, I had to explain before, that comes from playing too much Destiny. Been into a season of the Witch, if you've been fortunate enough to have to be a Destiny enjoyer. Everyone in. And you're doing all sorts of voodoo magic in the current season. For those who don't know about Destiny, just you got some voodoo magic going on. And it is impossible not to wooga wooga every time you cast spells. Pour that tower down really quickly. You go ahead and annihilate this cultist then. I have faith. Ashina, move up. Why would you go around in that direction? That seems like a foolish play. That's what they're gonna do. Moving on in. It is an absolute stomp at this point. Well, that's not... Well, that's a misclick. Go for a Flock of Doom, and I think we should have the spirits of these fools broken. Break their spirits, Fluffy. Just flump on over. Didn't get very far. Plague Bears have some mass to them. Like we brought friends. Who is left? Nobody. There's the white flag. Alright, well, Kugath loses his capital. That's what you get. Need a bit too aggressive. Oh, I am tempted to sack the settlement for 88. Spirit Essence would be a lot of gold as well. Yeah, we do it.
Always have the strong taken from the weak. Mother
Always have the strong taken from the weak. He says to Kugath. Sunken Sewers are tier 2. That's a bit unfortunate. We probably should not have torn it down. Let's go for the Eerie Woods for a bit of income, and then we'll grab also the Market Square for income. 8 turns for growth. That's going to be a little while. I'm thinking we are definitely going to be losing Stormvrak, but Gluttport we can probably keep on our side for at least a turn or two. So let's go ahead and take the Stanitsa here. Are you willing for peace?
For dissection.
Absolutely not. He's still fairly high up his strength rank, so he's got some other armies knocking around up here. Which is not good to actually... No. Probably... Wait, we did see them, didn't we? Kugath and him were both up here. We already took down Kugath. The other army is nearby.
Russian is so inelegant.
Right then. We have done about as much damage as we can for this turn. Let's give our Ice Court operative her next trade here. So a maiden of the Ice Court is an envoy of the Tsarina, sent across the realm to serve Katarin's interests. She's also expected to stand on the battlefield, bolstering the warriors of Kislev with her magic. Where should she focus her talents? A quiet warrior or a magical warrior? Well, she's much better at stealing technology. 10% cooldown to spells is not really that useful. We'll take the quiet warrior because 25% reduction to her stealing technology sounds pretty good. We're struggling with gold for now. Yes, we need to dive on in and grab our next Gate of Thorns. I would say this is by far the strongest of the curses,
and the rose twines,
followed very quickly
another,
by the
and
Agony
you are
Succession.
tangled.
This is you get
Another,
50 to 100
and the
damage a
knot
second for
holds.
21 seconds on 3 enemies. Pretty dangerous. And just make 2 of these, correct? Yep. We will indeed. Just go ahead and make both.
Spit a ring around them thrice, for
Lovely.
they have tasted.
And then Typhlosis as well. 3 stock up on our curses. We need a few more trinkets, so we've got the Rotting Clavicle of Vampire Counter Coast, Tomb Kings, Chaos Dwarves. The Lizardmen, they're quite a ways away. Actually, I don't know if there are any Lizardmen here in the RoC map. Maybe Teapot spawn down in the very bottom corner. High Elves, I don't think there are any of them, except for Imric. We are immediately proven wrong. Grand Cafe, Empire, and then Bretonia. Awesome. Much easier to gain all those trinkets on the Mortal Empires map for sure. We've got a lot of essence. Can we use really any of it? No, we've really sorted out the provinces in the area. And as you actually drop corruption, you get 1 extra spirit essence. I think that's in all provinces. Yep. Pretty sweet. Not that you really need much of it for anything. Let's see how well we are progressing along with Kislev.
Ice Queen of
Still negative 8.4. She's quite powerful. Doesn't really want to join up with us either because we're not as strong. We're up here in the north, surrounded by potential enemies. That's fine. We'll make friends in due time. So for you, Ostankya, I'm going to go ahead and just grab Fervent. Continue to keep the corruption in check. Move on over towards our upkeep reduction because the Akshina are incredibly expensive. And then Renowned and Feared for a further upkeep reduction.
These would be useful.
Well, I sure hope so. Crack Doom is the only settlement I'm not looking to upgrade. Just because the second we do, that's the one that gets attacked by Olaf. It's also the only one not at max tier, so I think we have to gamble a bit. And go.
I am the cold that kills.
Hello, Grimgore. Looks like he's gonna start breaking agreements.
Bites.
He has ended his defensive alliance. We don't care about your piece of paper. It's time to wah. Alright, well, how about you fight anyone else? Stormbrack Mount is now under attack. A decisive defeat. We don't get. Oh, it's a choke point battle, though. Oh, we've got to fight it, don't we? We've got to see just how much damage we can get. But you know what? These guys all have bronze shields. No, we won't go for it. Next time.
Courage flows in
Still
our
lost a
veins.
fair few. Grimgore lost their outpost. That was a fair waste of money. Not sure why he decided to break agreements. He's got all sorts of other issues he needs to deal with. He's actually, I think, at war with the... Might have been, unless they decided to switch settlements around. Acting like absolute lunatics.
Goya.
Alright, Kevin. You just need to stay well north. We'll have Ostankya come on over to deal with the Norskins here.
Prepare your
You have to
master's
repel
chamber.
Grimgor if that becomes an issue.
Tutored by
I bet it will be. He seems keen on
Gifts.
causing us some problems. Because all breaking agreements is going to do is
No higher.
make us have less strong relationships.
Curdling milk.
Press towards the Veil of Nightmares, but that would be a huge mistake. Okay, want to go into March stance, try to lure Olaf into a fight.
Madness! No!
Even tired, we can pretty easily crump his army here. I would unfortunately take attrition the whole way. What a load of nonsense. By attrition, I guess it means no attrition because we're champions. We are going to come on down to see what
The offspring of
gives us
chaos
less income.
disappear. For this is what I do for Kislev.
Very, very minorly. We will stay on the bridge.
Warding Kislev from chaos.
Bring it on. We might lose this fucking sword right away too. We're in a bad spot.
I do these terrible
Ping pong
things
between the two for
from
now
love
until we can get
for
our
Kislev.
income sorted out.
Baron of
Evidently
the
has things in the north here. We'll jump into the Witch's Hut. Grab our... We've got 3 in Tropus. Let's go for the Green of Thorns. Andy doubled up on Agony Succession. He has served us very well thus far.
Sour. You taste it upon cracked lips.
And then for this one, we can go for speed or leadership. I like the leadership production.
Our foe is lost.
Very useful for making the demons kind of fizzle away to nothing faster than they expect to. Right then.
Not a chance!
Where's this corruption coming from? This is what happens when you have high undivided corruption, but there is no undivided corruption here. Negative 11, in fact.
It has been a very, very long
Intriguing.
Oh, how wise to visit a witch on her own ground.
Dude, he already learned that lesson once. He wants a peace treaty. I mean, it kind of looks like we're going to be allied up with some of the ogres here. Peace treaty with Saberskin is going to likely tip us over into war with Grimgor, which is going to be pretty scary. But this gets us one enemy off our back, so yes. They're ogres, so we're going to get stabbed in the back, but we'll see. Noel's hatred. Ever since they sacked Erengrad, leveling much of the city and slaughtering a large proportion of the populace, it's an understatement to say that the survivors have no love for the barbaric Norsemen. 4 additional leadership, melee attack, and defense when fighting against all of the Norskins and Warriors of Chaos and Demons of Chaos. And I guess the Chaos Dwarves, they tossed them in there as well. Lana's ready to go. We just can't afford her upkeep right now.
At your peril.
Cool.
It is so.
You should have run when you had the chance. Let's go for another Gate of Thorns here. Keep tripling down. I think the curses are way better than the blessings in most cases.
Brambles once there was.
Especially
Of course,
Agony
she
Succession.
died.
Double down on you as per usual, and Typhlosis.
You beg of me.
Sold your ears with a bunch of screaming.
Closer together. There is always a price. The lands protect.
Is always.
Reduce them to shadow.
Right then, Olaf. Are you prepared? Decisive victory. And they do not respect you very much. A lot of Norskins, though. That'd be a whole bunch of fun to rip through. We'll give this one to the auto resolve because it is just a bunch of marauders.
Kill for Kislev.
Ooh, that's pretty brutal. This belongs to me, thank you.
We shall raise a watchtower.
The Mace of Hellstorm. Aiming attacks and 60% more weapon damage. That's pretty awesome. Sheena Informant. Minus sight plus 15%. We should be able to see a very long ways with the Ostankya's group now.
Yes, dear. Curdling milk. Spirits, I see.
skills passed on out. I'm thinking, yeah, we'll start working on the hands impenetrable pelt here to keep either Ostankya, yourself, or the Hornets alive.
Call me witch?
We are definitely going to be attacked up here in the north. Let's go for just the farm for growth. Growth and income split there. Kevin. I'd really like to press past the Hellcade Drove and attack Floating Mountain.
Gospodar by blood.
Because we can at least come on out and do some scouting.
Seeking power. We rest for now. Move or die.
Budokai is still... Oh, no. Yeah, they're starting to upgrade a little bit. And he's got his ROR units back in a few turns. Well, that's horrifying. At least we know they're on their way.
Just an old woman.
Old woman. Being able to teleport our enemies directly to us sounds hilarious. Any of the others of these good enough to grab? Removing entirely, that's a great one. Will not gain any corruption. Oh, here's Pirates' Weapons. We found it. Requires 1 technology, Spirit of Erengrad. So am I not required to actually own Erengrad then? Extra range for Kislev units. Why is it in the bottom tier now? This was important for Kislev. I thought they took it out entirely. Interesting. Okay. Well, now we need to start focusing down that direction. Construction cost and... I thought it was going to be time as well. Research rate plus 10%. Oh, hello there. Yeah, Pirates' Weapons are going to be a ways away. 3 more technologies. We need either Grom's Telemetry, Harbor, Cartel. That's going to be a while. Let's go on down to the Festival of Urza. Man, is also not really giving us that many. I'm not the biggest fan of Kislev's technology tree.
Never needed the
I
invention
don't
of
know exactly
fire.
how I would improve it, so I'm not going to smack talk it too aggressively. Yeah, no, I think that's all we can probably get to this turret. I don't want to go for the upgrade here in the Sunken Sewers just in case we lose the settlement. 1900 gold is quite a bit for the return. Really poor income building there. Or marketplace. Sorted on the Witch's Hunt. Is there any kind of deals we can make?
Really? Must.
I'd love to.
Born to rule.
No deals?
Let's.
Man,
I beg.
we won't check then for a little bit. Caught with no friends here in the frozen north.
How
Just the way.
provinces?
Ostankya the creator. It's not enough to create something beautiful.
No.
Not sure if she's worried about making anything other than like a Blair Witch.
Prepare for shock assault.
Creepies that hang in the trees. I couldn't think of what they're called. The charms, yeah.
I am Kislev.
This thing could be a nightmare as a youngin'.
Extend my authority.
Creepy stuff.
Lord
Come on
of all.
over to the forest here. Love to try
My
to get an
rule
ambush.
Spreads.
80% is well worth it. No nonsense. In the south, we can come on down and stamp them out at the Darker Wharf, but we would likely then have to fight with Volkia.
The land
All in due time.
move as the wind does.
Pushing up into the Blood Marshes is going to be a huge battle. But I think going past Veil of Nightmares into the Gallows Tree, making sure we don't have to worry about any more elite troops, because they've already got the Plague Holds.
I'll trade.
Soul Grinders going on over, and these guys have a 3-round burst cannon, which is just devastating to our low armored lines, especially even to our armored lines, armor piercing. Nasty stuff.
Gullible fools.
Not taking any attrition, but we wouldn't be replenishing, so let's just go
I
in,
shall
march,
be in the
port.
gardens, or the nearest wood.
Still gonna hold off there in the Sunken Sewers.
Our loyalty goes unrewarded.
Loyalty goes unrewarded, huh? So sorry to hear. We've got lots of Agony Succession now. Let's get some blessings. Would love an Ember Dread. Weapon 3. What's this one? Charge bonus? I like weapon strength more. Wraith Sight is a nice 10% more ward save. I really want to make a Spirited Away work. Let's go for the Vanguard deploy and the Goat Horn there. Do we add any others? Flaming attacks or charge bonus? Nah, that's not. I want this to happen at least once. There's Bulwark or Wraith Sight. We'll go for the Spectral Miasma. Explode on death. We can afford another Agony Succession. Don't mind if I do.
You are one force, no?
8 of them.
I will bless you.
Now we're ready to go.
So that you feel it truly.
And you know, let's go ahead and entice Nurgle. Try to besiege the Sunken Sewers. I think they would have to tuck in for a long siege. The walls are completely built, and that is a tier 2 capital. So, hopefully, that is how it will have to work. Loving how fast these turns are.
It's like that. Inhabit these
Move up
hovels.
to the Sunken Sewers. Looks like Glugmir is in position.
Heed my hexes.
Unhand.
Oh, lovely. Kugath is back.
Boyar of
Things are going to get
Kislev,
very spicy.
bow to me. It cements my power.
All right, Kevin, I think we do want you behind
This
the walls.
is my right. My seat of power.
We'll tuck in for a proper siege against the Plague Father here. He's just got the 1 Soul Grinder, so if we can set either the Agony Succession or the Typhlosis on them, just they've got really, really bad accuracy, he should be able to survive their bombardments pretty easily. As soon as he is in our land, too, I'm dropping down the curse mark immediately. If he does set in for a siege, he is going to be suffering the consequences. Ooh, nasty, nasty, voice crack, that makes me sad.
Curdling milk.
We'll blame Nurgle. We'll come on up to...
How dare you?
Dare I?
Ends justify means.
Rather take some gain some punishment before moving on. Not going to worry about upgrading Stormvrak. We're going to get attacked there by Norskins probably very, very soon. Skip on through. We've already... No, we haven't. It's time to make more curses. Let's grab yet another Ember Dread. We have a whole bunch of the Agony Successions that are actually dropping enemies flame resistance. That'll be a great one to use in tandem. Leshy's Embrace for some heals. Actually, yes. Or our Boyar. Is that all we have left? Perfect Vigor, Charge Bonus, and Missile Strength. They cost 10.
Love, rich with sweat and onion, kvass and love.
Grab it. 2 of the Bear's Bulwark.
Rush at the foe, and Ursul
Very ready
will
to fight.
be with you.
Alright. Another uneventful turn. But I think we have some excitement coming up.
Strange that bits of paper keep us from one another's throats.
Would you relax? The enemies of chaos must seek alignment. I agree. Give me 29 gold as payment.
We.
Humans. It's exactly what the 2 of us are. Plague. Disgusting. We are besieged, which was a huge mistake. Enjoy your curse mark.
Interloper, hear the hag's verse.
The Orochimaru coming up and biting this guy in the neck. I don't think he would. Alas is right behind him. Ooh, we're in for a bad time. It looks like Grimgor is going to be preparing for a battle as well. He definitely just attempted to damage one of our buildings. Awesome. Alright, well, Mother Ostankya, you're going to move up and hit the Veil of Nightmares here.
Feed the forest
Glugmere.
rage.
You fool. We'll give this one to the auto-resolve. Crush these poor Nurglites.
They will be better.
Yeah, no, this auto-resolve
dead.
is devastating for our Akshina there. 44 against this army? Love to see it. Well, we need the gold. We don't actually need it that much. So we'll simply go ahead and... Are you just a... Yeah, this is a minor settlement. We'll take the sack and we'll get the gold.
Spirits bring death. Call me witch.
Harvest what we can from the land. Go in the hunting camp here and give us more Inns of Magic Power Reserve. These give you more faction-wide farm income. That is awesome.
Warding Kislev from chaos.
Juliana will give you the second point into the belt.
The
Valedna.
right to rule.
Before the battle begins, what's the best call? Biting Wind actually could be decent bouncing around in. We're just going through a line. I think Hailstorm's really good at what we're going to be casting just because it has a lot more armor piercing and it costs much less. So let's grab the point into True Flight. Swift Wing give us speed and charge bonus. That's not nearly as useful. Alright, perfect. Well, we have a fairly scary battle against the Plague Father to get to in the
Gospodar,
next
my
episode. We are going to sally on out and face him. I'm not going to give this one to the auto-resolve because if we did, we would likely take too much damage and not be prepared for when the Tsinchian nerd comes on over to try to face us. We really need to be prepared for that one. Our Spider Hatchlings are going to be great at shutting down those Tsinchian Yogo balls that will be throwing fire at us, but in the meantime, I am out of time for today. If Hidden Space was a total war, remove the light for the light god and a sub for the sub zone. See you on the next one.